Hola chicos, let me get this situated. Hoy es el 1 de mayo, día 11. Looking at day 11, plurals of articles and nouns. Let's jump into this. It shouldn't be too complicated. So in articles, when we're talking about articles in English, definite and indefinite articles, the indefinite article is a, or depending on the word that follows, we may have to say an. We're talking about an indefinite thing. A notebook. Which notebook? I don't know, but a notebook. Or an apple. The is the definite article. So we're talking about a particular thing. The notebook. All right. Doesn't matter, definite, indefinite, those names. But we're going to look at how we go to Spanish with these. Now this you already know. So a, the word for a, not the letter, but the word a in Spanish has two translations, un and una. Un cuaderno or una computadora. We have two because it depends on whether the word that it's talking about is what is masculine or feminine. For the word the, we have el or la, el lápiz or la ventana, once more depending on the word, if it's masculine or feminine, that it's being described. So we have a or an is un and una. The is el or la. Okay, that's review. We'll come back to that in just a moment. How about making words plural when we're talking about nouns or things? In English, it's crazy what we do. You think, well, you just add an S. Okay, that's fine for cat. Cat becomes cats. What about mouse? Mouse becomes mice. Fly becomes flies. Change the Y to an I and add ES. Deer, well, deer just stays the same. Goose, geese. But what about, by the way, I put deuce down there for some reason instead of goose. But what about moose? You don't have plural meese. It just stays moose. So our rules for making words plural in English are crazy. This is one of those areas where Spanish is easier. In Spanish, we basically have two rules. If the word ends with a vowel, you just add an S. So ventana becomes ventanas. Estudiante ends with an E. Just add an S. Estudiantes. Simple. If the word ends with a consonant, you add ES. Cartel, carteles. Reloj, relojes. And when we're talking about pronunciation, this is adding another syllable. Cartel, cartel, carteles. Reloj, relojes. But the two rules, ends with a vowel, add S, ends with a consonant, add ES. Now what about the articles? A cat, let's make that plural in English. It would become some cats. The dog, what about if I have four? The dogs. So the is both singular and plural. A would become some. In Spanish, un, so looking at a boy, un chico, would become unos chicos. So un changes to unos. Una puerta, a door, una becomes unas puertas, some doors. El, the escritorio, the desk. The desks, el would become los. La papelera would be las papeleras. So we're left with el reloj, singular. El reloj becomes los relojes. La ventana, las ventanas. Un teclado, unos teclados. Una mesa, unas mesas. Now I want to go over this. This is what part of your homework. I want to make sure you understand. This part is what's on your sheet. Definite articles, singular and plural. Indefinite, singular and plural. We're talking about silla, chair here. Singular, definite. La silla, plural, las sillas. Talking indefinite, a chair. Una silla, unas sillas. So this one, los árboles, which is true. If you don't know that, this is plural definite. So how do you fill in these others? Los, singular, el. What do we need to take off? Es, el árbol. and looking at indefinite, A, if we